She says something. You hear one thing, but what she really means is a different language entirely. Welcome to Decoding Bargirl language. This line often comes once you've known the bargirl for a while or you've already starting sleeping together. It makes you feel chosen and elevated above her rotation. But this special access often comes at a heavier price. The sentence is, I don't want money from you. It sounds like reassurance. It sounds like you've cracked the code. You hear sincerity, you hear safety, but what she's actually doing is moving the transaction. This one is dangerous not because it's false, but because it feels true in that moment. When she says, I don't want money from you, for many men, a switch flips, defenses drop, suspicion fades, emotional investment begins. With bargirls, once emotional investment starts, a big financial investment is on the horizon. Let's translate this phrase. The phrase, I don't want money from you. This phrase is often paired with other reassurances such as I'm not like that with you, or you don't have to pay me, or even more dangerous, I like you, not your money. The key is to notice when it appears, rarely early, and almost never before spending has already happened. Often it appears after closeness, laughter, or intimacy. The important thing to understand is this is not rejection of value, it is a reframing of value. The literal translation. Here's the translation. Direct payments limits emotional leverage. I want you invested before the money becomes visible. Cash paid openly creates a clarity of dynamic. Clarity creates boundaries. Boundaries end ambiguity. And for bargirls, ambiguity is where influence lives. She needs you to view her as different than other bargirls. So the money aspect of the relationship is removed temporarily. But this only means the financial aspect is delayed, disguised, or rerouted. It does not mean she doesn't expect a financial reward from you. On the contrary, the longer you are with her, the larger and larger the lump payment will end up being. This might be a sinsad that ends up costing you 1 million baht, or maybe a family medical emergency that costs hundreds of thousands of baht. Every situation is different, but the money ask will come eventually. Sometimes it isn't even malicious or calculating. In Thai culture, money is often shared between friends and family. As a long-term partner, you will inevitably be considered a resource to her, her friends, and her family. It is within this ambiguity where influence lives, and money quietly waits its turn to take the spotlight. Why this phrase exists? In nightlife economies, direct transactions end stories quickly. That's because the money is explicit in forming expectations, timelines, and clean departures. I pay X, I do Y, and after the situation is Z, it is very clear to anyone who knows what they're doing within Thai nightlife. But when money is wrapped in affection, the gifts are suddenly chosen, help feels earned, spending becomes personal. This phrase, I don't need your money, converts payment into proof of emotional investment and care. And proof of that is much harder to stop giving than money via a transaction. The male misinterpretation. Often when men hear this phrase, they think, she likes me for me, or she's not using me, or most dangerous, she's different. That creates problematic thinking with a bargirl, because if you think she doesn't want your money and you help her anyway, the spending isn't requested. It is volunteered. This gives the bargirl immense leverage because if things fall apart, she never explicitly agreed to anything. Even if it's not true, she can earnestly say that she misunderstood your intentions. How the money actually arrives. Money rarely returns directly. If a bargirl pays you back, consider that an alignment of the stars and never expect it again. Returns, however, do come in the form of problems, crises only you can solve, gaps in communication, or temporary issues. Think broken phone, rent is short, family emergency. These sorts of things. It is always framed as reasonable and justified. Always the phrase, I didn't want to ask, attached as a softening. Earlier refusals make these moments feel earned. Conversely, prior cash payouts make this refusal seem unreasonable and niggardly. When she has a boyfriend, this is where confusion peaks. When she tells you, I don't take money from my boyfriend, or I only take money from customers, or even more intoxicatingly sweet, I don't want to mix money with us. You should be on your highest guard. These phrases sound like integrity. What it actually reveals is role separation. Notice the bargirl won't say she'll stop making money, only that she will not take it from you. That's because in her world, customers fund stability, clients fund lifestyle, and boyfriends fund emotional continuity. Taking money from a boyfriend collapses the emotional frame. It makes the relationship feel transactional in a way that reverts you into the role of a premium preferred client. So she avoids it, not because she doesn't need the money, but because she needs the relationship to feel clean. Why this makes sense to her? From a bargirl perspective, this is rational. Customers expect to pay. Boyfriends are supposed to care. So monetization is outsourced so that the relationship stays emotionally intact. She can honestly say, I never asked him for money, and mean it, because her allocation system handled the messy details. But when customer money dries up, the financial pressure doesn't disappear. It migrates. The boyfriend becomes the emergency option. This is the final ask that she never planned to use, but always kept it at the bottom of her purse in case it was necessary. The correct response. The correct response to this phrase is not accusation or outright skepticism. Treat it as accounting clarity. You know what it means, so you can ask yourself the important questions. Is money increasing intimacy or replacing it? Would affection survive without spending? Are you being chosen, or are you funding continuity? The important thing here is don't debate the phrase, simply watch what follows it. The final word. When someone truly doesn't want your money, they don't need to say it. They express it in 100 small ways that will reveal the pattern of their true intentions over time. When money is removed from the equation, affection should remain. If it doesn't, that tells you everything that you need to know about the situation you're in. In the next episode, we will discuss the phrase, I'm not that kind of girl, and why identity in nightlife is always situational, not fixed. If you enjoyed this video, give a thumbs up. If you want to watch more content like this, subscribe for more.